Today is January 19th, 2010. I've managed to sequester myself here in my daughter's bedroom for a few minutes in hopes that nobody will bug me so I can get a little video done. It's only Tuesday, so we're just getting into the week. Yesterday was a holiday, so we pretty much just hung out and did kid activities for the day. But the upcoming week is looking really busy, so I'm bracing myself for that and trying not to go into that stress mode. One thing I started this week was I decided to try, on the recommendation of a friend, this Raw Cleanse product. So it's a 7-day regimen you follow. It's from the Garden of Life company, and I'm gonna try that this week. I'm having some digestive issues for a long time, so I figured it couldn't hurt. It's mostly fiber and things like that, some herbs. So you start the day with a little packet of Raw Cleanse stuff you put in your mouth and you swish around with water for 45 seconds, I think, and then you swallow that. And then when you go to eat your breakfast, that you do right before breakfast, then when you eat your breakfast, you take 3 capsules of this fiber, where it's got different herbs in it, and fiber and spirulina and stuff like that. So you take 3 of those with your breakfast, and then you take 3 of those again with your lunch. And they're not too hard to swallow. And then in the evening, before bedtime, an hour before bedtime, you take 2 scoops of this digestion and elimination. Step number 3 is toxin capture and removal. So you take 2 scoops of this powder, and you mix it with like 12 ounces of water, and you drink that. Not exciting, but not hard to get down. So just give that a go and see how that helps, if it was worth the $25 or whatever it was. So I'm on day 2. I started that yesterday, so I'm on day 2. So I'll see how that goes by the beginning of next week. What else have I been doing? Just keeping focused on being conscious of, especially eating, but of everything, but just not eating emotionally so much. And one thing I've been looking into this week has been the food combining. I have this food combining chart, and whenever you, in the raw food world anyway, whenever you tell somebody you have digestive issues, they suggest that you look into the combinations of food you're eating, and there's a whole chart on it here, but tells you which things you can eat with others to avoid intestinal distress or whatever. For example, it says bad combinations are fruit and starch, fruit and vegetable, fruit and protein, starch and protein, and starch and avocado. The good combinations are avocado and greens, avocado and subacid fruits, protein and sprouts and leafy greens, starch, sprouts, and vegetables. Well, so I woke up this morning thinking, well, I'm doing the Raw Cleanse anyway. I'll really pay attention to the combinations of foods I put together today, and by noon I had given up. It's just too much to think about for me right now. But I could see where paying some attention to that would be useful when you combine too many weird things together, even healthy whole foods. When you put them all too many together, I could see where it could clog things up a little bit. But I just really don't have the time or energy to put too much thought into it. I will try to pay attention to things that particularly seem to aggravate me, but other than that, I'll just keep doing some more reading on that and see where that leads me. But these are interesting charts anyway. This is from the E3 Live company, E3Live.com, or the Hippocrates Institute. and they have one on food combining, one on detoxification, one on the raw food lifestyle, and one on wheatgrass juice, green drinks, and sprouts. So interesting little tidbits of information there. Basically, that's it for this week. Just trying to get through the week with dealing with a little bit of a kid stress, I guess. My daughter Flo, she's 10, and she's hitting that emotional drama, I hate you, everything's your fault stage. So we have a little bit of conflict and stress going on with that, but finding that my approach to dealing with things is pretty good. Just not letting myself get upset or drawn into the drama, I guess, and then countering that with the intenseness of a toddler who's always on the go, and then I've got my son in the middle who's just full of energy. So it's a fun time. It keeps me busy. Always looking for strategies to mentally deal with that without internalizing the stress that it entails. So just like, again, being conscious of my thoughts and how I'm approaching or how I'm dealing with interacting with my kids, beyond like having lost weight and then been paying attention to my health and all that aside. Now one of the bigger focuses seems to be like just wanting to be the best parent I can be, the best person basically, but my parenting skills and my parenting relationships is one of the bigger focuses of my life right now. I don't want to screw it up, so I put a lot of energy into doing my best. And another book I'm reading this week, I found, because I mentioned before I've been reading a lot of this stuff about the law of attraction and what you think about, you bring about, and that kind of stuff. And so I've read pretty much all of the books by Esther and Jerry Hicks, and this is their newest one, The Vortex, but they wrote The Law of Attraction and several other books, like I can tell you. But let's see. The Law of Attraction, The Amazing Power of Deliberate Intent, Ask and It Is Given, Manifest Your Desires, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they wrote a whole bunch of them. They have CDs, but I haven't really got started yet on this because I haven't had any time, but hopefully that'll be my bedside reading for the week. And other than that, we've, what else? A lot of hockey. Both my kids are playing hockey now. My daughter's just trying a fun class, and but my son's got travel games, and so we've got those. And my daughter's playing basketball now too, so we've been busy with that and other obligations. And one of my challenges is just feeling completely overcommitted and yet not being able to back away from most of what I'm already committed to. So just having to learn to coping strategies to ride out those obligations and really reassess in the next round, I guess. So kind of filter out what's important and let go of some of the things that aren't. But easier said than done. And you, especially with kids, you have this feeling to want to give them the most opportunity, and when things come up, so especially as homeschoolers, social opportunities or classes or whatever, like those kind of things, you don't want to always turn them down just because it make you feel too busy. Yet sometimes I think maybe you just need to. So I'm learning to let go a little bit of my expectations and all that stuff. But so basically that's the focus of this week, just focusing on my kids and getting through the obligations I have with the best attitude and nourishing myself the best I can so I have more to give to everybody else, and continuing with my raw cleanse. So stay tuned. That's it.